Anyway, sorry about the delay. Seems that I've got everything set up now. So hello and welcome to a new stream for my Experiencing Infdev Plus series. Now, in this stream, we got quite a lot to do, since I'm going to be fixing the blocks around the base that have been broken thanks to the 1.0.39 update. However, before I start, there is something that I like to, well, just check out the damages. So as you can see, there are a lot of things that need to be fixed, like for example these cobblestone slabs. These used to be like stone slabs. Let me just quickly check something. Something feels a bit wrong. Oh, never mind that. So it's saying that someone has sent a chat message, but I'm not seeing it. Why am I not seeing it? No. For a second OBS said I got like a rate of 1, but I didn't see any message. Well, nowhere. And I also didn't see that there were any concurrent viewers, which is quite strange, but anyway, let's continue looking. As you can see, I'm currently in the 0.1 part of my base, and there are quite a few cobblestone blocks, but those are actually like double cobblestone slabs. Those used to be actually top wooden slabs, so I'm gonna have to fix those. And yeah, so we continue walking through here, and also the paintings, I'm gonna have to fix those, since one of the recent versions has changed how paintings work. So instead of the paintings being in one file, they are split into files, so I'm gonna have to fix those. Fix this over here. Fix this. Get rid of the snow layers, which have appeared because a snowman has escaped. Fix this. Fix this flower. Now I'm gonna tear it down and plant a new one. And let's see over here. I'm gonna need a lot of oak slabs for here. And over here. This has also changed, but I'm not going to fix it since I think it's fine. Now let's see if we go over here. Yeah, this needs to be fixed. These stairs, walls, and such. The walls over here as well. Gotta take out the magnet. I don't need it right now. I don't need a cacti. Yeah, here you can see. I think these used to be palm slabs, but became the limestone slabs. Over here as well. I think these were bricks, but I definitely need to fix that. Oh, maybe. Well, I should fix everything. Shouldn't skip things like that. Anyway, over here, these used to be mangrove slabs. I need to fix those. This corridor seems to be surprisingly fine, because I haven't really used any slabs here, but I have used slabs over here. I already removed some here because I was going through the chests. I also need to fix these. Fix these. These used to be the cherry plank slabs. And if we go over here, we got more stuff to fix. Yeah, there are a lot of things that I need to fix. Over here, more slabs to fix. Seems like most of the things that I need to fix are slabs. Since I've also used a lot of wooden stairs, but those were very affected by the update. Now let's continue. Yeah, more stuff to fix. These cobblestone slabs need to go. These ones. And there are these ones that need to go. These ones. I need to fix this. Replace this with the hellbug cap blocks. Replace this. Yeah. There are a lot of things that I need to fix. And I feel like it's gonna take a long time. And it also includes these blocks. And I'm also gonna replace these mushrooms since these are the old glowshroom cap blocks, which don't glow, but the new ones do. Also need to fix this and this, since this is supposed to be this is supposed to have the orange petal blocks, and this is supposed to be the orange hardened clay. Same goes for here. I need to replace the yellow clay with the orange hardened clay. And if we go up using the tower, we'll see more stuff that needs to be fixed. Yeah, I have my lighter on. No, I don't. So over here you can see the supports. I've got the weird stairs kind of. So I'm gonna need to replace those. And the slabs as well. Now we're just gonna quickly fly down. Oh, these flowers also need to be fixed. And another thing that I'm gonna need to fix are these islands. As you can see, there used to be some of the dirt. Not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced, but anyway, the dirt that was supposed to be there has become mud. Also, these pigs seem to like spinning around. So I'm gonna quickly cook these pork chops, and then I'm just gonna quickly check out the other stuff that has become broken. And oh yeah, some stuff here. Yeah, it's mostly fine. The only problem is that the chisel sandstone that used to be here has been replaced with now looks like this, so I'm gonna need to replace that. Now if I teleport to some other places, you can see we got some cobblestone slabs over here, but I'm not going to fix those since I don't really care about this place. My plan is to not really fix any of the secondary bases that I have. Over you can see more slabs that I would have to fix, which I don't really care about and don't really want to. Anyway, seems like the damages here were all that high. And it seems like the chests are now inaccessible. But it's fine, I don't really need to access them right now. Now for the blue teleporter. Yeah, more stuff that I'd have to fix, which I'm not going to. And also there is this mesa, which I'll be showing also in the upcoming episode. As you can see, the colors are kind of shifted, which means I get access to that green clay over there, but it also means I'm gonna need to find a new mesa likely, but probably not anytime soon. If I go down, yeah, this is also broken. These cobblestone slabs aren't supposed to be here. Anyway, let's see how much stuff do I have here. Oh, I guess this was from before the stone durability was nerfed. It's got negative durability. Never noticed that. I might bring it home later, but not right now. Can't walk up these stairs. I think it's because I'm going too fast. Now, next up is the green one, which doesn't really take us to an interesting place. Then there's the purple one, which doesn't take us anywhere, and the yellow one, which there isn't really much to see. That's pretty broken. Also, another thing that I need to fix are these colors, because the colors of the clay colors have been shifted. This used to be brown, but it's now black. This used to be red, and so on. This also includes the teleporter that is at the top. So let's check it out. So let me right, for a second I thought that I haven't set the live stream to be public, but anyway, I did. I was kind of worried because no one is currently showing up, but anyway, that doesn't matter. What matters was, oh right, now I remember what I wanted to check out, and that requires me to go over here, pick up this pork chop. And yeah, this place. This is also broken. I need to replace these with the oak slabs. This too. Although I can't remember what wood types have I used specifically. So I'm gonna need to check later. Anyway, if we go back, we can go for here. Well, here are more things I'm going to fix. There's this place as well, which I'm gonna need to fix. This also includes the colors, which I'm gonna need to fix since they are now wrong. Now let's see how are we doing in terms of pumpkins. Oh, these collectors are not void, so it's fine. Now, what are the other things that I need to fix? Come on, now. Oh, although now that I think about it, I won't be really fixing anything beyond this point, since beyond these points are things that I don't really use. Although I will fix this tunnel, I think. Well, maybe not, I'm not sure yet, but I will definitely not be fixing this place since I don't use it anymore. Because if you look inside, yeah, the spawner isn't working anymore. So where did my boat go? That's weird. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna go home on foot, which is a bit annoying. I'm not sure what happened to the boat. I might need to check the live stream later. Oh, for some reason it was here. Maybe it moved back on its own. Not sure, by the way. These are things that I'm gonna need to fix, like the wall tunnel, which will be quite a lot of work. And I'm also gonna need to check which materials have I used. I believe the limestone stairs were stone brick stairs originally, and the cobblestone slabs were stone slabs, I think. I'm not sure right now. Can be. And the granite slabs were maybe cobblestone slabs. Well, I'm not sure right now. Anyway, this place was even more messed up now. It was already messed up with the acacia and scorch blocks, but it's now even worse. Anyway, let's see. As far as the chest, nothing interesting. As you can see, this place was made back when rotten flesh only stacked to 4, which was quite a while ago. And the spawner doesn't work anymore. I think I built it in 0.2 or 0.1. I'm not sure right now, I don't remember. And here you can see more stuff that I need to fix. Oh, if I wanted to. Oh yeah, this was quite a big build back then because I didn't really have that many resources. And it was ultimately kind of pointless. The reason why I built it is because I was expecting the zombies to drop something interesting. The only interesting thing that they really dropped in the end was chainmail. But by the time that they started dropping chainmail, I was no longer interested in having a lot of chainmail since they can only be used to craft armor. But by that point I believe I was further in the game. And hello. Anyway, I'm currently going around my bases checking out the damages that have been done. Oh, I now have got a new microphone, so I sound different as a result. I believe it's better than it used to be previously. Anyway, I should soon reach my destination. It shouldn't be too far away, and seems like a new day is beginning. Or maybe I'm not quite as close as I thought. I'm gonna be close once I start seeing the permafrost blocks. Anyway, what do you want to ask me? Ah, there we go. Now we are close. We should soon be seeing the waterways. which are also kind of broken since I've used upside down stairs to build them. And yeah, here you can see get limestone stairs instead of the, I think, stone brick stairs that I've used in the past. And the house isn't looking too bad, just the granite walls look kind of weird at this place. But I'm not going to be fixing it as I've mentioned earlier because I don't really care about the secondary bases. But I'd say that this place isn't looking too bad after the changes. Now let's see, do I have anything important here? Not really. And yeah, this is... Oh, this is something that got broken earlier. Oh yeah, you got banned because you were repeatedly a nuisance asking for the jars and overall just annoying. And I've also saw earlier that you were that you've sent an email to Neon Light annoying him. Well, that was one of the reasons. The reason was that, well, no, your alt accounts were banned because you were already banned and you were evading the ban, and you were banned because you were being a nuisance asking for the jars despite rules telling you not to. So, you won't be getting unbanned anytime soon. Well, you will never be getting unbanned, unfortunately. Those are just the rules. But anyway, that was this space. Now I'm gonna check out the last thing. And over here you can see all of the limestone, cobbled limestone stairs. Anyway, this is another thing that I'm gonna need to fix, but I think I'm gonna be doing this another time. I'm not going to be fixing it in this stream since it kind of requires me to manipulate the files. Well, it's too late to apologize. Now, hopefully I don't get lost while reaching the last place, because there was already one time when I got lost while trying to reach it. But hopefully that won't happen this time. It should be somewhere around here, I think. I feel like I should have made some sort of markers to show the way. I think it's over there. Yeah, this is the place. And it seems to be looking somewhat fine. I can see that the marble walls have been replaced, but it's kind of fine. And my boat is going away. And the stairs and slabs, I think, were also different originally. Anyway, hello Neon Light. I've been kind of going around my world checking out how the blocks were affected by the changes. As you can see, I've got a lot of cobblestone blocks that are actually double cobblestone slabs. So there are a lot of things I'm gonna need to fix. And currently I've just been messing around, but now I'm gonna start fixing things. Let me just put away the boat into its corresponding chest. Yeah, here are more things I'm going to fix, more things, and a lot of things, and also the paintings, because recently there was, I think in one of the 1.0.41 versions, the paintings received a change, because previously all the paintings were stored in one file, but now they are stored in individual files. So as a result, all the paintings change into the kebab painting. Anyway, I think the first thing that I'm gonna do is craft a lot of oak plank slabs, because there are a lot of oak plank slabs that I'm gonna need to place on the base. But thankfully I've got a lot of oak planks thanks to my... Oh, you know what? There we go. I don't care about your pleas. You should have listened to the moderators earlier. Anyway, now let's see. Right, I want to craft slabs. Or a bunch of slabs. A lot of slabs. Anyway, this should be... Oh, this is perhaps too much. I'm gonna put away some of the oak slabs so that I can collect the cobblestone slabs. Since I think it will be nice to have some extra cobblestone slabs, because I believe the ones that used to be oak slabs are kind of like regular cobblestone slabs, if that makes sense. Anyway, time to start replacing. This is going to take a lot of time. Yes, that's good. Also, is this... Oh right, this is a crafting table. Seems like it now has a separate underside. I didn't realize that. So I'm gonna quickly take a... plank and fix that. And also, this was supposed to be only a joke, only for a single episode, but I kind of forgot to rename it to its original name. Now let's see here. I got a lot of stuff to fix. So while I talk about that, maybe I could talk about something else. Oh, right. Oh, hello, right? Also, I should take out this. Anyway, what I want to talk about is that for a while now I've kind of been working on a website for my channel. It's hosted on the NeoCities, I believe it's called. It's basically a channel, well, it's basically a website where I talk about the stuff I do on my channel in more detail, mostly about the long-term series, like the Experiencing Infdev Plus series and the Polar World series that I'm working on in vanilla. I'm still working on it. It's kind of work in progress. But once I do more progress on it, gonna make an announcement about it on the channel and also share it on the Discord server. Anyway, I think this is also supposed to be replaced. Now, let's see. Yeah, this place, I think. Was it? I'm not sure right now what it was. I think it was. Yeah. I think it was an oak slab. Although I'm not sure right now. Although it should be. Oh, never mind. This I need fixed. And this. You know, I'm kind of surprised that my world has lasted this long and I haven't really experienced any problems that would be too big. Like, for example, that one of the... Let me just turn on the photo mode. As you can see, all of the chunks around my base are fine. Out of them have been reset. I've seen a few, like, kind of far away from my base that have been reset, but overall things seem to be fine for me. And here you can see a bunch of slabs that need to be replaced. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm surprised that I haven't faced any like big problems which would prevent me from playing, or like problems that would be difficult to fix. Although I almost thought that I wouldn't be able to... Oh, right, that I think... Not sure why I wasn't able to right click that, maybe because I was standing in the rope. And why can't I place it there? Anyway, what I was trying to say is that alright, sometime before I did this stream, it almost seemed like I wouldn't be able to like stream. I wouldn't be able to play on this world anymore, because while testing the 1.0.49 update before it was released, I kind of hopped onto a copy of my world in like the preview, and when I hopped on, it immediately crashed when I went to my base, which kind of worried me. But in the end, oh, one thing that I forgot to mention is that when the game crashed, there was no crash log, so I couldn't really figure out what was happening, like what went wrong and such. So I thought that I wouldn't be able to fix it, but in the end I was able to figure it out by like just testing stuff. Basically, I kind of lowered my render distance and kind of tried to figure out which chunks caused the crash, and then I kind of copied that chunk into one of the chunks into a different world, and I kind of, sorry about that, anyway, I kind of tried to split the chunk into different sections until I figure out which section caused the problem. And in the end I figured out that the problem was that the some of the logs that I had in my base had like weird metadata and text, which kind of caused the problems, because, well, thanks to that, the game thought that basically the game was trying to display a block which had no texture, so that caused a crash. But thankfully, after I discovered it, Method implemented like a fail-safe, which makes it so that if basically any log with weird metadata basically displays the default texture, so everything was fine after that. And as a result, I can play in my world. Also, right, I was also this week I was working on the new episode of Experiencing Infdev Plus, kind of checking out the you'll see in the new episode, I could say, but since it's nothing really all that impressive, but you'll see what I did on Monday once I release the new episode. Anyway, after that I also plan to make an episode where I just go around my base fixing some things which would be difficult to fix in the during a stream. Alright, this is this area, and now I think I'm gonna move on to this. You know, doing this, I kind of wish I made this part a lot later, because now I've got a lot of these cobblestone I need to break, which is kind of annoying. And then I'm gonna have to replace it with the oak slabs. And also I'm gonna need to be careful not to break these stairs, because if I were to pick them up with the... I'm gonna turn on the show pickups on just in case, because the problem is that the stairs for some reason don't have like a name, so the game crashes if it tries to display the name of those stairs, which would be quite annoying. And seems like I'm safe for now. What I think I'm gonna do is place a crafting table there, that way whenever I open my inventory, my cursor is on that. That way the game doesn't try to display the name in case I... just in case. There we go. Yeah, I'm also looking forward to the multiplayer since it will help me record, and it's gonna be interesting to see what people do with it, like if they're gonna maybe make some videos in multiplayer maybe playing stuff together and such. Now let's see how I'm doing. Yeah, I still got a bit more space. But I think I'm gonna start placing down the slabs so that I get more space. And it seems like the ceiling is kind of too high, so I'm gonna need to grab myself the paladin's shovel so I extend my reach. But just there we go. Put that there. Switch the backpacks, put this away. Put this away, I don't need that, and now I can start placing. There we go, much better. Now I got much longer reach. It's a good thing that the paladin side was added, otherwise this thing would be a lot harder for me. Right. I'm just trying to currently think of what should I talk about. I think I'm gonna talk a bit about my website. I have mentioned earlier that I'm currently working on the website for like my channel to talk about it, about the mainly about the long-term series that I'm doing, like the Experiencing It Plus series, and basically what I'm currently working on is that I'm kind of making, how should I explain it? I'm basically using the website to kind of show off the different builds and kind of explain them. So I, for example, talk about the base, and I talk about the different sections that it's kind of split into, because I've kind of expanded the base with every major version, so as a result kind of the base is kind of split into different sections depending on when it was built, and I kind of just use the website to talk about my builds like in greater details. You can kind of think of it as bonus content for my channel for those who are interested in it. And I think it's also good for me, so it's kind of a, you could think of it as kind of a journal for me to write out things so that I remember all the things that I did in the future, since it's also easier than just like watching back videos, and it's also easier to like update a website with new information whenever I build something that is to make a video showing it off. Anyway, seems like I've filled in the space that I've dug out, so it's time to continue. And I feel like the quantum oscillator might be a bit too strong, since I've got the efficiency 5 thanks to the 1.0.43 versions, which allowed me to stack the enchantments, since I decided to use it to my advantage. But basically having a world this old has allowed me to have things like this, but also as a result I have to deal with these things, which also make it more difficult. But I guess it means that it's balanced. Also, one of the things that I plan to, well, as I've said, using the website which I'm working on to talk about stuff I do in my long-term series, and one of the things that I plan to include is a website dedicated to the unobtainable blocks which I've managed to obtain in this world, since I currently have a room dedicated to those, with chests, and inside those chests, inside each of these chests I got a book which describes the item, when it was obtained and how it was obtained, but I plan to use the website to talk about it in greater detail, since the book doesn't have as much space in it. Each page doesn't have that much space. I do like it. Anyway, with the way that the website is going, I think I'm gonna share it on the self-promo channel on the Waterfans server sometime next week. I plan to finish writing about the different sections of this base. Currently I've gotten up to 0.5, the 0.5 section, so next I'm gonna write about the 0.6 section and then the so-called 0.7 section. I call it 0.7 section even though 0.7 never came out, because 0.7 was originally supposed to be the Astral update, and that section only includes the Astral related stuff. Anyway, I must say that doing this isn't as bad as I thought it would be. But so far I'm only placing the oak slabs, which is kind of easy. Did something go wrong? Hello. Anyway, I was just checking the YouTube studio because for some reason the connection has gotten kind of worse and the drop frame are increasing. Not sure what has happened. It's kind of strange. Anyway, as you can see, I'm currently fixing my base because somewhat recent update is kind of broken it, thanks to the changes that have been done to blocks. Right, seems like my inventory is kind of full, so I'm gonna quickly put away the things that I've got on me. Let me just grab a chest. There we go. I'm gonna grab all of them and place them down. I won't be organizing them right now. Yes, this is the boss theme. I actually have got I believe all of the songs by Soybean downloaded. I place them in an album there. That way I can play all of the songs during a stream. Although there are so many songs that I can't place it in, play all of them in a 2-hour stream, but that's fine. At least you'll be hearing different songs during different stream. It seems like I've gotten some lag, which is kinda strange. Strange, seems like we are having some connection issues. Anyway, give me a second, I need to take care of something very quick. There we go. Back to slab placing. But first I need to break these slabs. Also, maybe once I'm done with this, I'm gonna check the stats, like at the end of the stream, to see how many cobblestone slabs have I broken. Although it probably won't increase by that much in this stream. Maybe like a couple hundreds. It seems good. I almost thought that I broke a block with sign on top, but I didn't. Not all of these boards have got signs on them. Which reminds me that I should be doing more of the stuff that I've got written down here. I guess that's for another time. Right, I don't think I have that. Oh, doesn't matter. I guess it means I only have a lot of most of these songs maybe. But I do know that I got all the important ones, that being the ones that have been released more recently, and I also have the Junk Zone, the most important songs, since that's the Legacy plus Anthem. I believe the Junk Zone name comes from the fact that is a reference to the Infdev Plus server that was made when the Infdev Plus multiplayer was being tested, because when you joined the server you had the text "Welcome to the Junk Zone" appear on your screen. Alright, that was quite a while ago. I think like almost 3 years now since the Infdev Plus multiplayer tests were being done, since the people on the Legacy Plus team played together. I believe the Fragment CX also joined. I think Steelcat has a video with. Well, I think that's something you actually need to set up when you are setting up the server. Like there is a file where you can set the welcome message. Anyway, how are we doing on time? Almost an hour in, and feels like I haven't done all that much work, but I guess that's to be expected since I've kind of spent the early stream, kind of checking out the damages. Also, this reminds me, earlier I've mentioned that I've been expanding my base with every major version, and I plan to do the same for version 1.1, which should be the multiplayer update. My plan is to kind of build a guest house of sorts, even though I wouldn't really be inviting any people to my world, but I think it'll be cool to build something like that. Basically, I'll just be pretending that build a house where I'll pretend that I can invite some people there. So there'll be like some common room, maybe like a kitchen and such. Basically, I'll probably try to make it look like a family house or something like that. Oh, I haven't yet decided it, since that's something for the future. If plans go well, I think multiplayer should be this year. Yeah, that's true. Herobrine will have a place to sleep, and also all of the mobs, maybe some stalkers will teleport in and decide to watch TV or something. Although they probably won't, since it will be too light inside. Also, I'm quite looking forward to the Ocean update. As you might remember, it was supposed to originally release last year, but it was postponed due to the code cleanup. But I suppose that's fine, since thanks to the code cleanup we got quite a lot of good things like the colored bricks, and just a lot of stuff was changed, a lot of stuff was improved. And thanks to the code cleanup, it should be easier for Method to add new things. But anyway, I'm looking forward to the Ocean Dimension. I mean, what I was trying to say is that we kind of already have the things planned out, since, as I've said, it was supposed to be released in 2025, so we got like a list of things that will be added, written down. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how it turns out in the end. But I won't be saying too much just in case, because it's spoilers, and I also don't want to promise things in case stuff changes, because it's like the update will be like a year from now maybe. I believe it's planned for the summer of next year, since it's an Ocean Dimension and it's kind of summer related, you could say. Oh, ocean is kind of like summer thing, because you go to the ocean when it's summer, if that makes sense. So it's planned for this summer, I think. Well, I don't think I'm making much sense right now, since I'm kind of trying to focus on making the blocks as well at the same time. Seems like that was cobblestone. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was revealed, so I didn't want to like spoil too much, but yeah, it's kind of tropical. And it's also going to be interesting to see like the other updates that are planned. I believe the world map is already posted on the For Defense server. Oh right, here is the llama that you have named. Anyway, next thing that I could perhaps talk about is... Oh right, I also plan... Oh, so far I've only played like Classic Plus, Infdev Plus and Infdev Plus on my channel. But I also plan to play the other Legacy Plus mod, like, you know, Order of the Stone, Alpha Recrafted, Order of Stone and Alpha Recrafted, and I guess the Beta Recrafted when it comes out, but I'm not sure when will I be playing those mods. I just plan to play them in the future, and also I'll be doing another series in Infdev Plus to play with the portals, since my first and only since the first and only series in Infdev Plus that I did was with the character system. But yeah, I plan to do another series in Infdev Plus, and for Order of the Stone I was thinking of doing live streams, since I don't think there's that much to do in terms of the content. And also another thing that I plan to do, well, that I'm thinking of doing, are like some special streams for the Polyworld projects that I've got, for the Vanilla Polyworld project that I've got going. I'm thinking of like playing in my worlds, like using mods. For example, playing the Infdev world that I've got in Infdev Plus. But for that I'm gonna kind of have to fix some stuff, because when I've tried to load up the world in Infdev Plus without any changes, it caused some... well, it didn't really cause some problems, but it didn't really like convert, since the cloth blocks turned into like different blocks, so I'm gonna have to deal with that before I actually play it. But that's something I'm gonna do once I'm done with the Infdev world. And also, I guess I'll also be playing like Alpha Recrafted, I guess, as special, kind of once I'm done with Alpha. Not once I'm done with Alpha, once I'm done with Alpha. I think 1.1.2_01, because that's the version that the Alpha Recrafted is for. And then I guess I'm gonna play Beta Recrafted once I get to Beta, which should be long after the Beta Recrafted mod is released. And also I just wanted to mention something, but I kind of forgot what I wanted to mention, but maybe I'll remember later. Also, it seems like the connection problems are gone, which is quite nice. I'm not getting any dropped frames or anything like that, so that's good. and it seems like I still got enough oak planks so far. Oh, that's just not. Anyway, one of the things that I plan to do in this world that I like to build is like an official entrance into the void dimension, because currently I use like a portal that I got placed in my bathrooms. I got the portal blocks thanks to the command blocks which I got in the dev builds of 1.0. Anyway, my plan is to build an official place that's like meant to be used to access the void dimension, even though I won't be using it since I plan to place it kind of far away. It will mainly be used. It will mainly be like decoration, kind of ceremonial. One of the things I kind of have an idea as to how I would like to build it. One of the things that I plan to include is like a sculpture of the final boss, which I've built some time ago, but haven't really used it since. I believe I shared it on the screenshots channel on the For the Fans server quite a while ago, but I haven't really done anything with it since. Seems like I'm running out of oak planks, so I'm gonna go home, put these slabs away, and then craft some more. That seems like we are mostly finished with this place. I feel like we've made a good progress here. Now that I look at it. But yeah, as you can see, there is a lot more progress that needs to be done in the future, so I'm gonna have like a bunch more of these live streams. I'd estimate that at least maybe 2, maybe 3, we'll see depending on how it goes. Right, the planks are over here. I think this much should be enough, although I'm gonna grab this stack as well. And it seems like we got a blood moon, but we don't really need to worry about that since I'm rather safe at my base with all of the beacons. Which reminds me, I should also take up the armor. I don't read it right now with the resistance to effect. Oh, seems like everything has turned blood red. We are in the spooky season. Oh, that's something that I've prepared for the episode. I forgot to switch it. Basically just went exploring, so I decided to put on an explorer's outfit. I was kind of inspired by Bagman CX since he kind of puts on different outfits for like the stuff that he does, so I thought that I would kind of try to imitate what he does, but I don't think it went that well. And I should stop using the shovel since it's giving me too much range. Oh yeah, the skin is good, but I was talking about like the stuff that I did in the episode. Since I don't think it turned out quite as well as I hoped. But hopefully you'll enjoy it. And we still need to edit it. Well, there are still some things I need to do tomorrow, like add the last clips that I recorded today, and also the music that I need to, you know, export it and upload it. But I should have the time to do it tomorrow since it's Sunday, so I'm gonna have the free time to do all of it. And I think I'm gonna start working on another episode as well tomorrow. Once I'm done uploading the one that I'm working on currently. If I remember correctly, the next episode is episode 40. I can't remember right now, so that means that after that will be 41. Oh, doesn't matter. What matters is that I've been working on this for quite a long time. I believe that on the August the 7th or the 8th it will be 3 years since I've created this world, which is quite a long time. I'm kind of surprised that this world has lasted as long as I've mentioned earlier. You know, I'm surprised that I haven't had any problems that would be like too big. So I was able to successfully play through like most of the versions that have been released and like all of the major versions. It's also surprising because I've also been playing in the like dev builds, which have got a lot more bugs, thanks to which stems from the fact that they are unfinished. But thanks to the builds thanks to the dev builds, I also managed to get some like unobtainable things for my collection. Oh, for a second I was kind of confused about the sound, but that was actually the sound of cactus popping off. Not sure if you've heard it, since I kind of lowered the volume of the game sounds through OBS so that they aren't too loud. Anyway, so far the things are easy, but there'll be some places where it will be difficult to fix stuff, like the floating islands, since when I'll be working on them, I'll need to make some scaffolding, which will make things annoying, since they are floating, so I'll need to go like underneath them to replace the mud that is now there instead of the astral dirt. For this same reason, I've also like made a copy of my world, because as I've talked about it earlier, I'm working on the website, and for that website I'm also like putting some screenshots of my base on that website, which means I like need to go around my base and just take pictures. But at the same time also in the newest version, so I kind of just had to make a copy which I play on in an older version. Which reminds me that this world is quite big now. I believe it's in terms of like the size, not like the surface area, but like the size on my computer. I believe it's over 3 gigabytes now. Something like that. I can't remember right now, which is why I've also been calling the chunks from time to time. Basically, I just like open the M8 selector and just look around the world to see if there are any chunks that aren't all that important that I could delete to make the world take up less space. Of course, I try to be careful not to delete any of the important chunks, like the chunks generated in 0.4 or earlier, since those are rather important. I wouldn't want to lose those. But any of the more recent stuff is kind of fair game, since some of the chunks don't really have anything important in them. I mainly try to avoid deleting chunks that got like structures in them, like the boss dungeons. Which also makes me think that maybe I should start deleting some of the backups that I've made, because I've got quite a few backups of my world that I've made like, throughout my playthrough, but I feel like I've now got maybe a bit too many, since I haven't really used some of those, so they're kind of taking up space. That seems like the blood moon has ended. Anyways, for the backups, I think 18 or something along those numbers. I can't remember right now. Some of those are of course smaller since they are from earlier versions. I think I've got one from like 0.1. But I've also got like some from like after 1.0 or when it's like over 20 gigabytes. But for now I'm kind of keeping them since I still got space. Anyway, this is that I've kind of fixed this place, and what I think I'm gonna do now is remove these marble slabs, since yeah, I might be keeping the oldest ones, but I'll be removing some of the maybe more newer ones. I'll basically have to go through them to see which I want to keep, which are worth keeping, and which I think aren't as important. So, which is why I haven't really started deleting them yet, because I need to go through them to see, well, since I basically need to make time to go through them, which I haven't done yet. But before I start deleting the backups, I'll be first deleting some other files that I might not need anymore for my computer, since I feel like I got some stuff that I don't really need. I've been meaning to like go from my computer. I've been meaning for a while to like go from my computer to see like what stuff do I need, what stuff do I not need, but I just haven't really decided to do it yet. Because I've still got, as I've said, I've still got the space, so I don't really need to worry about it. Anyway, this section is mostly finished, and this is, it's almost finished. I still need to fix these stairs here. But for now I'm gonna focus on the oak slabs. Alright, these slabs aren't supposed to be here. And this either. I think that the corners are supposed to have the angelite bricks slabs. Anyway, I'm now gonna put away the cobblestone slabs and then to the storage, since I need to replace the slabs over there as well. Right, that's the wrong chest. I still need to organize that chest, and I just kind of put away some of the things I had after I recorded the episode, because I just didn't feel like organizing it. And it seems like I forgot about the marble slabs. Also, not sure if I've ever mentioned it before, but these paintings are paintings that I've had since 0.2. I haven't crafted any paintings in 0.2 because I managed to get all of these things like a duplication glitch that happened in 0.2 where the paintings kinda got duplicated whenever you died and respawned at your bed, I think. Basically, I just died and all of the paintings kind of popped off while staying on the wall. And thanks to that I got all of the paintings. And so I didn't really have to craft any paintings since 0.2. But anyway, that's just a interesting piece of trivia. So time to continue, and I think I'm just gonna quickly do these. Yes, exactly that. Now wait, time to focus on the storage area. Although first I'm gonna quickly do this thing. I believe this stone, oak slabs are supposed to be here, I believe. And I need to craft a screwdriver because this one is about to break. And where's the recipe? Isn't it working? Oh right, it's supposed to be like that. Anyway. Anyway, this might be a lot of work, but I feel like thanks to this I can claim that I got the most complete Infdev Plus polyworld since I've started in a dev build of 0.1 and have been updating this world, playing in this world through the different versions. And I've also collected the different unobtainable items, which kind of makes it more interesting, because if I'm the only person who played, who made a world in a dev build of 0.1 was like Zelinator, since no other, if I remember correctly, no other team members did in like the dev builds. And Zelinator also hasn't played Infdev Plus in a long while since that thing happened. I wonder if he'll return to Infdev Plus. I haven't actually asked him. Anyway, we'll see. Because for a while he wasn't streaming, but kind of somewhat recently has returned, I think. Anyway, we'll see what the future brings, because I believe he's got a schedule when it comes to the things he plays, I think. I can't remember right now, it's been a while since I watched his stream properly. I've kind of been watching it his Ultimate Polar World streams, like trying to watch all of them to kind of get some inspiration for my own Polyworld series. There's still a lot of... I'm currently at the Infdev streams, which means that I still got a lot to watch. I'm kind of watching them while playing myself. Well, playing Infdev myself mostly. I kind of just have them in the background while I do some other things. Anyway, it's gonna be quite interesting to see how this world will look like if and when he returns to it. Because if I remember correctly, like he'll have some problems because, well, he'll basically have to deal with some problems because if I remember correctly, he stopped streaming before version 1.0, stopped playing on the world, which means that was like before the game modes and, I mean, game rules and like other things, so he's gonna have to deal with those when he returns. Anyway, let's see how are we doing on time. Hour and 43 minutes, so about a half an hour remaining. I think I've replaced all of the slabs. Later on I'm gonna replace all of the stairs, because all of these stairs used to be like different cobblestone types, but are now like the normal cobblestone, the vanilla one. That's because like the different chests have got like different cobblestone types, so had like cobbled marbled stairs to represent the cobbled marble, or marble in general. And also I'm gonna have to do something with these slabs. I think I'm gonna, well, add some of these into my collection room, and I guess delete some of these since I don't really need those. We'll see. For now I'm gonna focus on the oak slabs, and I'm just looking around and I think I did everything. Oh, let's see what is there another place where I need to place oak slabs? Hopefully I haven't crafted too many. Oh, right, there we go. This place. Although it might have been just the one that I've missed. Oh, I just remembered where. There's another place where I need to put more oak slabs, which is the tower. But that's something I'm gonna do in a bit, because before then I would like to check if there's anything in here, and there is. So here is the void portal that I was talking about. Originally I used to have some lava here for building items, but I have replaced it with the portal since we got the delete slot now, so I don't really need to have that here. Anyway, this place is looking good. And also you can't really see the portal from downstairs. Well, unfortunately you can't, because unlike vanilla, the items don't really go through the portal. And I was just trying to do parkour to like go up the ladder, but if I throw in the screwdriver, you will see that it I picked it up thanks to the magnet, but as you saw, it didn't go through the portal. And also I need to be careful with block updates around the portal, because if the portal receives a block update, then it will just disappear. Although that's fine, since I can just get more portal blocks from the command blocks. But it would just be a nuisance, so I try to avoid the block updates. Anyway, I just remembered that I need to fix these. I can't remember if this place has oak slabs, so I'm not gonna deal with that right now. Instead, I'm gonna take care of the tower now. Which reminds me that I'm gonna need to... Let's see if I have a spyglass. I can't really show that, but I just remembered that there was like a balcony on the tower, and it's got some, like, it had like some top oak slabs on like the underside, so I'm gonna fix those. And I'm gonna grab some more dirt just in case. And to get there, I'm gonna teleport. There we go. Anyway, there you can see some more slabs I need to place. Also, since I've talked about the void portal, it does remind me that there are like plans for to update the void dimension, and it's gonna be I think it's gonna be quite interesting to see how is it going to go. And seems like I can't place these slabs again. I think it might be because of I think there are some stairs. I think that's a bug, so I need to report it later. Oh, strange. Anyway, I'm gonna need to maybe test it later, once I had a bit more time. Or... oh. For some reason I thought I can't place some of these... oh, place them over here, but it's only over here it's a problem. It's quite strange. And it's raining. That's not very nice. At least it's not nice for the YouTube compression. Anyway, I think fix this place. So now I'm gonna need to go down here and replace these ones. Let's see, do I have my magnet on? Yes, I do. Also, remember when magnet used to have like durability? That was quite a while ago. If I remember correctly, I didn't really use the magnet thanks to that. I only really started using it once the durability was removed. Which also reminds me that I believe that the magnet is now better thanks to the cleanup, because previously it used to only pick up picked up items kind of like as soon as they got created. So I'd, for example, break this block and it would directly go into my inventory, but as a result it kind of didn't pick up the items that were already on the floor. But this is much better now, since it also picks up like items that were already in the floor, if that makes sense. And also, not sure if we can see, but also have a void portal over there. Not that important, but I just wanted to mention it. And also, I'm gonna need to fix the Sphinx, since it got kind of messed up thanks to the metadata changes to the iron clay. Not sure if you remember, but the place where I end up when I exit the Crimson Dimension, originally it was red, yellow and orange, but now it seems to have green there. So I'm gonna have to fix that, and also I'm gonna have to fix the flowers. Which reminds me that I haven't been paying attention properly. I've been talking instead of doing stuff. And I haven't put on the magnet back So I'm gonna have to go around and pick up the dirt later. I don't want to lose it, even if I got a lot of it. Anyway, now I'm gonna go up and then jump down to pick up all of the dirt that has fallen down. Also seems like we got some sand particles in here. That's quite strange, because we also get like rain particles on the ground. Also, as you can see, we got some flower petals here instead of like the sort of flower early. Can't remember the word right now. Alright, the flower stems, we got some yellow flower petals instead of the flower stems. That's because these flowers were like built or planted before the stems became a wick type. So I'm gonna need to replace those. I kind of kept those even though they were outdated, but now I'm gonna have to replace those. And also fix some of these flowers because they are now kind of look weird. Well, some of them are fine. I think, for example, this gray one can stay. But this one and this one, for example, should be fixed. This one too. Not sure if I... Also, I kind of haven't explained it, but I've kind of been building some custom flowers in this place because I just think that the large flowers are nice, so I just wanted to have some more types. I feel like I've mentioned it in one of the episodes, but I thought that was a long time ago. Also good thing that I went over here, since I can see more stuff that needs to be fixed. Oh, that's good. I remember mentioning it, but I don't remember which episode it was exactly, but I don't think it matters. Oh, the episode number doesn't matter. Anyway, I think I might have done all the things that I got to do with oak planks. Also, these stairs have been kind of modified, but I don't think I'll be fixing them since those kind of look good. Or I might replace them with different cobblestone type, we'll see later. For now I'm gonna keep them like this. And I've just remembered there is one thing that I like to do. It's because you might remember that like the dirt that was in the shroomlands. Oh, shroomlands had like a special type of dirt that are like different metadata from the regular dirt, but had like the same texture, so you couldn't really tell them apart. But now the dirt has got a new texture, which made me realize that I've made a mistake over here, because I accidentally placed some of the infested dirt from the human biome here instead of the regular dirt when I was clearing out this area. And it seems like we got another blood moon, which kind of makes it difficult to see a bit. But I think I managed to clear off the infested dirt. Or did I? No, I did not. There are still some more patches. Also, for a second I thought that the chicken was pink thanks to the sort of overlay that we... well, thanks to the sort of red tint that we have. Not sure if it's getting like new texture, but we'll see. But I don't think it's currently planned. Also, you can, not sure if you notice, but yeah, we could kind of see that a thunderstorm is ongoing, but you can't really hear it because you can only hear the thunderstorms. You can only hear the thunderstorms, I believe, above the ocean level. I think this happened because you could hear the thunder quite loudly on the ground, so it was changed so you could only hear it when above ocean level. And I'm currently below ocean level since I am in chunks that were generated before 0.4. Yeah, where you could see the lightning strike, and another one. Anyway, one of these days I'm gonna need to landscape the area around that place. And don't worry, I'm currently have invisibility, so this guy doesn't see me. Also, I'm gonna need to fix this place, fix all of the panels and the stairs, but that's something I'm gonna leave to another time. Also seems like we got a friend whispering some sweet little nothings into our ears. Anyway, how are we doing on time? It's almost 2 hours. Good question. No one knows, unfortunately. But it's probably nothing important. But I don't think it's also worth listening to, given how rude they are. Or maybe it's the release date of Infdev Plus 2. After all, if Infdev Plus is so good, there should be a sequel as well. Oh, right, for a second I was confused why isn't it raining here, but we are under the islands. Also, is it me or are the sandstone particles looking kind of green thanks to the tint? Yes, in Infdev Plus movies featuring the character named, main character named John in Infdev Plus. Oh yeah, I think I'm now gonna put away the things that I got. And I think the last thing that I'm gonna do in this episode is like replace the flower which I've got inside my base, the petunia that I got in the 0.3 area. Which reminds me, oh, alright, I need to grab some petunias. And I'm gonna need to grab some fertilizer. I'm gonna use the fertilizer instead of the Restless Grace because I've got a lot of fertilizer. I think I'm gonna go up to make this easier. I think it will be easier. Hopefully it won't take too many tries to regrow this because as you might remember, the flower petals used for the flowers used to decay. Like when we had the old leaf decay, where the leaves decayed instantly, and at the same time the mushroom kept blocks and the flower petals also decayed. But now they no longer decay, and this flower is too tall, and I think, is it me or did it delete some of the slabs? Anyway, that slab was annoying me. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, it did break some of these slabs. How strange. I guess it doesn't care like the transparent blocks. I think this is a transparent block. And also I guess I should equip the paladin or put the paladin shovel into my offenses so I don't have to go upstairs. I can't believe I didn't think of it earlier. Tutorial again. Also, I hope that I'm not breaking it in the wrong place, because I feel like the llama should be somewhere up there, so I'm gonna quickly check, because with the paladin shovel my reach is kind of too far. Right, I just remembered I can just use the tower that I have. Sometimes it can be kind of confusing to get around my base, but thankfully I got like many paths that you can take to get to different places. Which also kind of reminds me that originally I was planning to use like minecarts to get around, but I eventually scrapped that idea because the beacons got introduced, so as a result I have access to swiftness 2 and the stamina, so I can just kind of run around my base without worrying about anything. And it's too tall once again. Feels like I'm kind of unlucky. So what I think I'm gonna try doing is placing a block to see if I can like prevent it from growing so tall, like a dirt block. And I'm gonna have to put away some of these things. Alright, I can just go through here into the tower directly. Since I need to place the block to be high. Right, and now I just place. That should be good. Hopefully. Let's see, so those are 2 blocks. And now let's see how things will go. I think that's good height. So I'm gonna just go over here, go upstairs to check. And yeah, I think it's the same height as it was before. And if it isn't, it's fine, since I think this is a good height. Anyway, to finish things off, I'm gonna walk over here. Because there is just something that I'd like to show you that I've discovered recently. I've actually shown it to my friend, so he already knows about it. Anyway, I'm currently not pressing any buttons. Anyway, we've already reached the 2-hour mark. So, which is like how long I wanted the stream to be. So I don't really want to do anything else. Which means that it will be it for this stream. After this I plan to tomorrow I plan to record another episode where I'll be doing some also fixing some blocks, but I don't think I'll be able to fix everything, so I'll need to do another stream, maybe like a stream or 2. We'll see how long it will take to fix all of the blocks around my base. But anyway, that will be it for now. Well, before I go, as you can see, I'm currently kind of speeding up without pressing any buttons. By the way, that will be it from me for now. Alright, just remember I could press the button, but anyway, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Or I might just, I think I'll keep it going for a bit. Thankfully, I got a teleporter at the end, so I don't have to worry about the return trip. And we are already at the end. This is actually the place where I plan to build the void portal. It's for that reason why I've got some chests over here, and I think I also got some materials inside. Oh yeah, I got some scorched planks, some void rock, some basalt and cobbled basalt. I'm also not sure if I can hear, but the step sounds got kind of queued up, and the like footprints are kind of got queued up. But anyway, before I end it, I'm gonna return to my base. Just gonna need to well, before I end it, I just like to show one more thing. Oh, first, there is for some reason some of this crimson grass has appeared here. Not sure why that happened. I think it was generated in 0.4, so it probably has to do. Oh, it probably has to do something with the lava lake that's over there. But anyway, I'm just gonna reach my home and then end the stream. Also, the ephemeral sand is great with the dash ability. Anyway, now that I am home, that will be it for this stream, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.